Steve-O! Big Bobby. Listen, y'all. I'm sad, bro. It's coming to an end, bro. It's an era coming to an end. There's a whole slew of players that's going into their 15th season or more. We're going to talk about these guys. That means for the NBA landscape right after the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's the word, NBA basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central with your boy Big Bro. We got Bobby in the building. We got Steve-O Speaks in the building. And you know what? As the elder statesman of this here panel, this is an interesting conversation for me because we've all watched it before, but like I remember my first slew of players that started to retire that I started watching on my own, right? Because I was born into the Jordan era, into the Magic Johnson era, the Bird era. I didn't really start watching basketball like by myself as a human being, like aware of what was going on to like 94, 95, 96. Then you start seeing the Kobe's and the Iversons and the Ray Allens and the KG's. So when they started retiring, it was kind of bittersweet for me. I know that this era of basketball players, the LeBrons, the Currys, the CP3s, the Westbrooks, that's the players that y'all kind of grew up watching, man. End of an era is on the horizon, fellas. Let's talk about it.
Man, the day Russ gone, my heart gonna hurt a little bit. It's gonna ache a little bit. The day LeBron say I'm done, God damn, what's going on? Like, hey, it's definitely coming to us that time. Like, I'm clutching my chest, and I mentioned this in the past podcast, which I started to do. I don't know who it was, but somebody either passed or retired. I don't remember who it was, and I was sitting and I didn't like him, but I knew he was cold. But because I didn't like him, I didn't pay enough attention as I should, and I was like, I need to stop doing that. I need taking this for granted. And it was right around the time Kobe was starting to get hurt, and I was like, all right, let me just take in Kobe. Only reason I like it because it was me and my father. We just butted heads. I like anything he didn't. I didn't like anything he liked. So we just I like to clash with him. So he loved Kobe, so I didn't like Kobe. And then that last like 4 years, I was like, nope, Kobe is something I'm probably never gonna see again. I need to pay attention to him. So that final run, I really appreciate it because I really sat down and watched, and I've been doing that with everybody since. So yeah, it's just like, man, you really got to you can't take these players for granted because 15 years is a long time.
Yeah,
we'll start
at the top before you go, Bobby. We got Stephen Curry entering his 15th year.
Damn, that's 15.
You got Russell Westbrook entering his 16th year.
I remember these mugs in college, bro.
You got KD entering his 17th season. Chris Paul entering his 19th season. And King James entering his 21st season. Not to mention all the other players. You still got D Rose out there. You feel me? You still got a bunch of players that we've been watching since 2007, 2006, and LeBron case 2003. You feel me? In the NBA, and these guys they can't play forever. They cannot play for James Harden. There's another one that's in that list of players that's still playing, but coming to an end. Bobby, how you feeling about this?
Man, it's just so hard because today it took me 4 years to watch the Pool documentary for Derrick Rose, bro. Y'all see the hat. Y'all see the hat. Y'all see the banner in the back. That Chicago Bulls all day. The Pool documentary came out in 2019. It's 2023. That's 4 years ago. Man, it just hurt so bad to see Derrick Rose go down in the way that he went down, face the adversity that he faced. And it's not, I know it's just not about Derrick Rose, but it hurt. Especially for being a Chicago kid and watching this young guy come up, be the super quote unquote superhero for the city that we grew up in and all that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? You get James Harden, you get Kevin Durant, you get Westbrook, you get James Harden, and let's not forget other guys too.
Who are already gone.
You get PJ Tucker, you get Jeff Green. These guys been in the same amount of time as these other guys. They just wasn't as high profile as these other guys. So for me, it's just the end of an era because keep it a buck. Derrick Rose for Chicago made me love basketball. I always liked basketball, but who made me love basketball was Derrick Rose because he came from the same neighborhood that my mom went to school in. So I was like, hey, Brody ass, he did what he had to do. So it's just tough, bro. It's just tough because these guys you got to show their respect to because you already know, just like you guys both stated out. These guys can't play forever. Guys can't play forever, man.
We done already lost a couple. D Wade already retired. Melo announced his retirement, and
Pau
Gasol. The list goes on. Mark Gasol retired too. It is what it is.
Dirk.
So Dirk was kind of in that Kobe era, and Kobe, Dirk, and them, they kind of transcended both. They were like the bridge between the Michael Jordan era and the LeBron era. Like those guys.
That's why I still consider them because most of their dominant performance was early 2000s, so I still consider.
Yeah, but so we'll go down the list, and then I want to hear your favorite moment. So I'll go first with Steph Curry, for example. Like the fact that he's the only unanimous MVP in the history of the NBA is magnanimous, and the stuff that he was doing, like when Curry got drafted, because I remember him at Davidson, right? He was a beast. Like he had some nice NCAA runs, but when he came into the league, he got a documentary coming out called what's that called? The Underdog or something like that. And he's documenting all the things people said about him before he got to the league. And then when he got to the league, he had ankle problems. You remember the Minnesota had 2 picks that they picked before him. Matt Flynn was one of them, and it was, I forget who the other one was. And neither one of them is in the league. But they had 2 chances to pick Curry and didn't, right? Curry dominated, man. He had like a 4-year stretch where it was just like, damn, this nigga don't miss. Don't miss. I remember one of my favorite things from Curry was when he crossed Chris Paul over so many times that season. But one time he crossed him over and then went back to the 3-point line. And Steve Kerr was like, "What are you doing?" And then he shot that 3, and then Steve Kerr was like, "Oh man, like he got it.
It is what it is. Facts."
What about you for Russell Westbrook, Steve-O? What are some of your favorite moments from this?
I was thinking about Curry. You said Russ. I don't know. There's too many. Maybe probably one of the first things that come to mind that first meeting when KD got back and they went head to head. I love that. I was clapping in front of the TV like, yeah, I've been waiting on this.
He blocked this shot.
I've been waiting on this. That was definitely it. But if I had to pick my Curry one, it was that 2013 season because I seen it. I was like, ooh, they lost in, I believe, the second round, and it was like maybe 6 or 7 games. I was like, yeah, they might be a problem for real next year. Lo and behold, championship next year. So I was like, hey, I kind of called that one. So that's why I said 2013.
Steve, Bobby, what you think about KD? Give me a KD moment. We got Kyrie too is in this group, but go ahead, give me KD.
I mean, before we get to the KD, I got to give the Steph Curry. I believe it was late in the season, coming across half court, hitting the game winner.
Yeah, OKC
from like 35 feet deep. It was ridiculous.
OKC.
I was like, I was like, why you shoot?
That was February 27th, 2016.
Bro,
it was my wedding night. And we chilling. I'm chilling with the family, the game on, people outside with the bonfire. I'll be out there when the game go off. Oh, it's finna go to overtime. Give me it ain't going to overtime.
Steph Curry crossed the half court line, jacked that thing up, splack out.
I remember
and you did what you did. But when it comes to Kevin Durant, I gotta give kudos to back-to-back years of ending it in Game 3 against LeBron James. Those was his most iconic moments that you will remember him for. No matter no matter how you feel about him, you will say, hey, Kevin Durant came out and he did what he had to do in those back-to-back years in game 3 in LeBron James' house. Look, no matter if we feel like it was overmatched, whatever, he still came down and hit that clutch 3 in the closing moments of the game. You got to get KD his moments, man. At least in that moment.
Obviously it stands out when he told his mama she was the real MVP. Like, that was huge.
Facts.
And being the youngest scoring champion ever, that was huge.
Facts.
His college season was amazing at Texas. But I agree with you on KD as far as he's on a team full of Hall of Famers, on a team full of champions, and they deferred to him. That's saying something about his caliber of player. Now, Chris Paul, it's just so much to say about Chris Paul. It sucks that every time he had an opportunity to kind of rise to the top of the mountain, he got injured every single time. It's sad. Across his 19 years, every single time, this dude, it was like my man Mike Brown for the Bears, man. Like, every time it looked like he was going to turn that corner, he ended up getting hurt. And it's like, damn, what's wrong? But I got to give it to Chris Paul from when he got traded to Oklahoma City.
Facts.
And carried that team to the playoffs. Without Russell Westbrook, without Carmelo Anthony, without Paul George, without KD, he took them boys to the playoffs, bro. And it was like, damn, this guy can literally go anywhere and improve a team by 10, 15 games, no matter who's on the roster. That's a pure point guard for Chris Paul.
Facts.
That was going. I got up with his Clippers days. That was probably one of the most exciting times in basketball, right before it turned into that 3-point era. So that Lob City was definitely fun to watch. He had a lot of good games, a lot of entertaining playoff series, even though it didn't go their way. Most of the times it was very entertaining. Seeing the people that went through that organization, from JJ Redick to the Matt Barnes, like, a lot of people went through that system. They had so many chances, like, it's crazy. But, like, if it comes down to that, I'm gonna remember those Clippers days, and of course the young Hornets days when he was dunking on motherfuckers still.
Bruh, it's crazy. For me, man, CP3, I feel like I'm imagining everything that he's done, because it's just it's a continuance of excellence that he's done throughout his entire career, for the simple fact that you look at what he's done since New Orleans, since LA, since OKC, since Phoenix. He's always going to a situation to where he was able to go in and help some type of young guy turn it around. And it's fucked up. And I'll keep it a buck. It's fucked up to see that what happened to him in Phoenix. Like, me personally, I understand that he's getting paid this crazy amount of money. But at the same time, he was one of the guys that helped y'all turn this thing around. Because at one point, Phoenix, y'all was at the bottom of the NBA, whatever you want to call it. The purgatory,
laughing stock.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all was a laughing stock until CP3 came there, and I just got to give kudos to his leadership, because he was able to go in, he was able to help, you know what I'm saying, Blake Griffin go to Detroit, get big time money. He was able to go to OKC, help Shai Gilgeous-Alexander become the player that most of us believe he's an MVP now to this day. If they win more games, then go to the Phoenix Suns, and then look at Devin Booker and say, hey, Devin Booker, you wasn't winning shit.
He even made Cameron Payne better.
Exactly. So that's how I look at Chris Paul, bro.
You can say
he was definitely one of the greatest leaders in NBA history.
He made everybody. He turned, not only did he make him into a winner, he turned Devin Booker to the best shooting guard in the league, arguably.
Facts. Yep,
easily.
I'm with you on that, Steve-O.
So we're gonna
definitely up there.
So we're gonna close it out with the Kang going into year 21. He
Give you skipped me on the KD
Oh, my
moment.
bad. Did I? Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be petty, and I'm gonna say July 4th was your most important day in 20 when you decided you was a snake and you decided you wanted to go to Golden State. That's my moment.
Woo!
Jeez, on my birthday, KD, you know.
Bro, 2 days. It took you 2 days, 2 months and 2 days.
Now he knew what he was doing right when they lost.
Exactly, 2 months and 2 days.
Listen, LeBron James is undoubtedly probably the most mercurial player in the history of the NBA. There's nobody else who've received damn near equal amounts of love and hate simultaneously than LeBron James. Everybody else that has stepped into this arena, none of them has felt it like LeBron. And part of it has to do with the social media era, because I feel like there are players who throughout the 90s or even earlier 2000s would have suffered the same type of vitriol. But he just came right as soon as the MySpace era started is when LeBron started hitting his stride. I gotta say, it's my favorite moments for me from this guy from Oak Hill Academy all the way through his several NBA teams. I was one of those people that kind of felt like him and D Wade should have came to Chicago. I was salty about
Don't
that
do
because
that to me, bro.
we just talking about, it's the end of an era. The Bulls will have at least 3 more championships if those guys had came and played with D Rose. But that's, water under the bridge at this point. But my favorite moment from LeBron is against the doggone Detroit Pistons, that first championship run that he made when they got swept by San Antonio, and he scored the last 25 points in regulation and overtime. He was constantly crossing them fools over, going to the basket and dunking on them. Tayshaun Prince didn't want nothing to do with him. Rasheed Wallace and them couldn't figure out what to do with him. This was a young 22, 23-year-old LeBron James just constantly playing downhill. He was hitting fadeaways. He was hitting threes. He was dunking on fools. I loved every moment of that. I was at ESPN Zone back when it was still around, downtown Chicago, with my brothers, and we was going crazy. Like, look at this dude. He just crossed him over and dunked on him again. That's one of my favorite moments in a litany of favorite moments from one of the greatest basketball players to ever play basketball.
Facts.
My favorite moments around that time, it was really 2010. I think it was just a regular game. They was going against Portland. And they had the throwbacks on the orange and blue unis, and that mug came around that corner for that lob. Lobo Williams threw him, and that mug neck was above the rim. And he didn't complete it. It was just crazy seeing him catch the lob. He didn't finish, but he caught it. I was like, I just seen a 270-pound man that's 6'9", neck above the rim.
Facts.
He different.
Yep.
He different. And that was the day I was like, yeah, this motherfucker got a good chance to be one of the greatest I've ever seen, because that was just ridiculous.
It was. Absolutely. For me personally, man, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you, because if you're looking at LeBron, you'd be like, man, damn, this motherfucker jumped over John Lucas III. He jumped over a whole player.
Jason Terry.
Entire player. But the most iconic moment for me was watching a 3-1 comeback from against the Golden State Warriors, simply because, bro, I missed, like, I'll keep it a buck. I missed Michael Jordan days. I missed Magic Johnson days, Larry Bird days. I'm a young buck. Y'all already know, right here on NBA Central. But coming back from 3-1 in the finals to win it, bro, the man dropped multiple 40-point games, was able to go out here and create and do things that I've never seen before. It got to be 2016, bro, to where he came back from that 3-1 lead and was able to capture that championship, that third championship for him in his career. And it was just spectacular. You can't knock him for that. Like, a lot of people, they gonna go ahead and point to other different things. Well, Draymond should have never been suspended, but at the end of the day, Draymond was there for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
He only missed one game. He was still there for the rest of the series. And LeBron James led his team to close out the series and to capture that championship. To me,
for his hometown.
Exactly, for his hometown. Y'all already know. Y'all see the hat. Y'all see the banner. We wanted that something like that in Chicago for Derrick Rose, but we never really got it. Cleveland, y'all got that. So I gotta give credit to LeBron James for that, because to me, no team, and that's factual. No team has ever came back from a 3-1 lead in the finals to capture a championship, and bro was the first one to do it. Bro was the first one to do it.
While witnessing probably the greatest last minute in NBA basketball history.
Because the chase down block gets overlooked because of the Kyrie shot. The chase down block, that Kyrie shot doesn't happen without that chase down block.
Iggy said, bro, I thought I had that shit.
Everybody thought.
You already know.
They did a sports science on it, on how this dude was literally he went from free throw line to free throw line in like 2 seconds. Like, it was ridiculous, bro.
Only person I've seen do something like that, not the block wise, but cover that much ground, was D Rose.
Brian Urlacher.
Well, Brian Urlacher not even doing that shit.
On the real. We talking about football now.
All right, man. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. Clap for these guys, man. Good job on keeping us entertained for 20 years. It's just been amazing to see, and they're not done yet. It's gonna happen eventually. But as this new NBA season is on the horizon, we just want to look at these guys and get them their flowers. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us on NBA Central, the old man and the young bucks, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep on rocking with us across all the Central family: Chicago Bulls, Bears, Sky, White Sox, and Cubs. And then, of course, the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys and Chicago Blackhawk Central as well. Chicago Fire Central coming soon. We're going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.